Skeng, skeng man, skeng, skeng man.
What up, Cash fam? My name is Matthew Craig, and welcome to AUD, Australia's Hip Hop Connect. Make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button, because today, we've got the definition of a hip hop OG in the building. He's a grime icon who helped spread UK hip hop culture and aesthetics across the entire planet. An undeniable figurator of culture, recognized by all as one of the UK's greatest ever wordsmiths. He's a BET Award nominee, 6 mixtapes, 2 albums, and 2 EPs under his belt. He's an unapologetic, without fear of any man. We could dedicate an entire interview just to his grime battles, his sends, and his legendary quotables. But we're going to talk about the new project today. You've heard his music in Netflix's Top Boy and the new album, Conflict of Interest. He's got collabs with UK music royalty. I'm talking Skepta, Stormzy, Giggs, Parsaloo, Ed Sheeran, the list goes on. Anyone who's saying he ain't the GOAT is incorrect. He's been in the game for like 15 years and he's only just entering his prime. From East London, it's my man GHETTS. Welcome to AUD, my brother. It's an honor to speak with you today.
I appreciate you, my guy. What's popping?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. How you feeling? Sort of midday over there at the minute?
Morning, afternoon, but I'm good. I feel good. I'm alive, you know what I'm saying? We're counting our blessings, you know. Yeah, so we feel good, man.
Well, I know our people are going to be hyped to listen to you today, bro. And I want to start, bro. Let's start at the top. Let's start with Conflict of Interest, the album. And I want to start with the first track, Fine Wine. You say pretty straight up at the start, let's talk about legacy. My best years are ahead of me. How you feeling right now? You in your prime right now? Tell us about your headspace at the minute.
My headspace is like, even I don't really like to focus on what I've done in the past, because it can kind of cloud the future sometimes.
Yeah.
So even though I appreciate, all of those legendary moments and being part of a golden era, that's not something that I really want to recreate. Sorry. So with me, that line was just telling people how I feel about nostalgia. Nostalgia can also serve as something that holds you back sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about nostalgia. Sick because it's something that takes you back to the best moments in your life, right? But what if you honestly believe the best moments are still yet to come?
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about nostalgia. I feel like, my best moments are still to come. So I'm not even focused on all of those legendary moments too tough. But at the same time, I do appreciate being part of them, you know?
Yeah, but how are you feeling right now? Like, I'm telling you, sonically, lyrically, rhythmically, like it's sounding like you're at your prime, bro. You're putting all the pieces together after a long career. How's it feel when you're writing this project? You feeling like you're at the top of your game right now?
Do you know what? I'll be very honest with you, Matt. Yeah, it's like I've been blessed with a team around me that sees the vision, a production team, a management team that can see the vision, where I don't have to, well, I've always been myself, but now it's just like we creating, I don't want to say a genre, but the evolution of what once was, we really taking it there. We really taking it there where you couldn't really pinpoint another artist with the soundscape that I have right now anywhere in the world, which is very important to me. It was like creating a bespoke piece of music for my supporters and myself and anybody who just fucks with great music, creating that bespoke type of sound, but still with the original elements of what once was, So that's kind of what we aim to do with this one.
Yeah, cool. Let's talk about Soundscape for a minute. I like that you said that, because like for me, the project sounds like your career is known for sonic diversity. You got the early bangers like 2000 Alive sort of stuff. You got the more mellow ghetto gospel sort of stuff. Whereas on this project, it feels like you've packed that all into one body of work. You've even got like garage sounds on Good Hearts, you know what I mean? What was the curation like of the beat selection and trying to get that soundscape together? Talk us through that process a bit, man.
I think I no pun intended, but me being instrumental in the instrumental is why it sounds like that, because I never took no beat packs. I never had anybody send me any beats. Everything you're hearing was made from scratch. So just literally me saying no to that melody, yes to that hi-hat. No, I don't like that snare. Can we look for a different snare? I think we should do this at that point. You know what I'm saying? People like Berry Gordy getting paid good money for that sort of shit. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
But so just just having producers around me that was willing enough to let me do that. Because sometimes within the room, there could be a sort of ego where, I don't know, maybe some producers won't feel comfortable enough to let me do that. But I've been working with some people that are just no ego, and just we wanted the best outcome. You know what I'm saying? So every session was like that.
Yeah. And it's sort of the opposite, I feel, to a lot of artists, you know, sign a major label deal, get that backing, and then the sound gets a bit more narrower and it gets very pointed to something that might be commercially viable or something. You've done the opposite. You've done the whole soundscape. What was that sort of process? And was that intentional?
Yeah, no. So basically, I signed my deal, which is a partnership with Warner. I signed my deal after I had most of the music.
Oh, tight.
So they could kind of see the vision as well. So I had most of the music before. I had all the features before I signed my deal. You know what I'm saying, and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, yo, any artist listening right now, that's how you do it. Listen to an OG right now, that's how you do it. Craft your sound, then find the deal. I want to talk a bit about artistic direction, bro. Even outside the soundscapes, like even the cover art, you know what I mean? That feels really metaphorical, intentional, incredible to me. There's a certain energy there. Can you take us through that?
Yeah, it was, I was looking for an idea where, you know, it represented the inner battle that a human may have with their past, their present, and who they want to be in their future, and you know, just that ongoing battle. And I kind of got to a point where it was like, bro, you're trying to choose one thing, one person to be, but that's not that. You're human, bro. You ain't a god, bro. You can't do that. You have to recognize these flaws and embrace them. And that's how you're going to become stronger. So what I done was thought about the best things about my past, and like the fearlessness of not knowing what the world was yet. You know, there's in being naive, there's power sometimes, because it makes you think anything's possible. When you're a kid, you think, I can fly. I literally can fly, but I just haven't worked it out yet. Then the world comes at you, and it kind of tears your dreams down, kind of. You can't. People project their fears on you. You know what I'm saying? But when you're a child, you believe everything's possible.
Limitless.
Anything is possible. It's limitless. So the mind being in that limitless state, you actually manifest a limitless life for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get back to I had to get back to that. I had to get back to that point where I was like, bro, where do all these fears come from? I was taught how to fear. I wasn't born with fear. I was taught how to fear. So that's what Justin represents, you know, the earlier times in my life. And then that middle stage gets where it was like the confidence of a teenager. You know, as a teenager, not all, but as a teenager, I was a very confident, like extremely crazy confident, which could have been taken as narcissism sometimes, or being cocky, but there was a level of confidence there that I needed to add to the fearlessness of being a youth. And then me now as like, sorry, I said Gets before, but me now as Gets, just being a little more wiser, knowing how to play chess a bit more, you know what I'm saying, and just moving through the times, like without reacting to everything that comes my way, knowing when to and when to not, you know what I'm saying, and just you combined all of those three, and that's a powerful human being, you know. That's what the cover kind of represented. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's really cool, man, that you explore that just in the cover art, because we haven't even got to the lyricism yet, and the narratives and the storytelling, which is, there's so much introspection, there's so many personal reflections that you've just gone about just in the cover art on its own. I guess on that, looking back and that wisdom that comes through the project, what are some of the best lessons maybe you've managed to reflect on along the way?
Do you know what? The journey is the most important, to enjoy the journey while it's happening. You pray for things and you want them on your time, not knowing that God's time is better than your time and could ever be. You know what I'm saying? There's things that are happening for me right now that I wanted them to happen when I was like 21, 22. just because I thought that's what it was, or maybe that was happening for other people, and I couldn't understand why it wasn't happening for me at that point. But now looking back, it's like I look back with a smile on my face and say, wow, it happening now is actually better. You know what I'm saying? So just looking at the journey and knowing, boy, keep on your grind, do what you're doing, but enjoy the journey. Enjoy it. Don't be too stressed out. You know what I'm saying? As long as you keep a genuine and pure character, you know what I'm saying? No one can prey on your demise. You know what I'm saying? Or no one can manifest your demise as long as you keep with God and you keep it pure and genuine. You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be people that don't want to see you win or whatnot. But it's like I was saying to my brethren the other day, it's mad that as artists, art insecurity is allowed as well. You have 1,000 great comments, 1,000 great comments. How come you don't reply to the people that are saying, yo, GHETTS, love the music, love this, love that? Someone says one bad thing and you want to reply and you want to reply to them. I don't reply to them. I reply to the people that are showing love. You feel what I'm saying? You show me love, I'm gonna hit you like, if I see that and I've got time, I'm gonna hit you like, love, thank you, man. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't replying to no one, to no one trying to speak down on the boy or nothing like that. You feel me?
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's a good lesson. That's a big lesson, really. And you definitely get, lyrically quite vulnerable and introspective on the project, man. You dive into relationships, family, like prison time, all that sort of stuff you're exploring. How was it to go to that place and to now, as a more mature man, like be able to communicate that to your audience?
Yeah, it's sick because I gotta be the realist. You know, everyone says they're real, everyone says they're the realist, but it's like you got rappers sounding like superheroes. Like, bro, nothing bad happens to you. How can I buy into your story when we know that's not what life's like? You feel what I'm saying? Life ain't like that. Life's full of ups and downs. But the way I wanna connect with my audience moving forward is don't even look at me like a superhero. Just look at somebody that's gonna go through ups and downs and win every single time, because I understand that, you know what I'm saying? It's not even how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just that's humans in general. We're gonna go through that, bro. Whether they're on a small scale or larger scale. And I just felt like as artists, we don't really cover the full spectrum of our lives. Like you know what I'm saying? I know that when I shoot or do a song like Proud Family, I know that's gonna get less attention than a Skengman or No Mercy. I know that ain't for the numbers. That's not for the numbers. That's to let you know where I'm at in my life, so you have a full spectrum of all the stuff. Or otherwise, when we look back, it's just gonna sound like bottle, girl, shank, club, whip, cash. Like, that shit's boring, man. We've heard that 100 times, 1,000, 1,000,000 times. At what point does it stop? So I feel like my role at this point is to let you know, like the youths coming up now, bro, be comfortable with your situation. Like if you work in McDonald's and you are good at what you do, bro, you rap, you can make that sound cool. You can make that sound cool. That's what we're at with it. Find confidence in what you do, in who you are, and talk about it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that. And that's a cool place to take it, actually, because you've got the one on Autobiography, which is probably my favorite joint on the project, to be honest, bro. I love how deep. I love it when you just spit straight for 5 minutes or whatever, bro. That's when I get in my spot. On that joint, you unpack the UK scene, man. You unpack your place in it, but you come back to doing exactly what you just said there. It's about telling the full story. And you got this bar in there that just stuck out to me. It was like, if you don't tell your story, they're going to tell it for you. And now we're in a place where like UK hip hop is dominating the globe, man. You walk the streets of Melbourne or Sydney out here, everyone is influenced by UK grime and drill culture right now. How important is it for those at the center of the culture to take hold of the narrative, though?
It's the most important, because unfortunately, you yourself are a journalist, but I can tell from having this conversation with you, either you've done extreme due diligence or you just knew about like gets from the start and the culture, like even yourself mentioning 2000 and like, I appreciate these conversations. So I probably seem very enthusiastic while I'm speaking to you. The reason why I'm speaking to you and sound enthusiastic, because I can tell you're a man that's either studied the craft or done due diligence, like I said. But it's important for me to control my own narrative, because most of the time when I'm speaking to a journalist or someone of that nature, these people are they've got the most commentary on the culture, but don't know shit. They don't know shit. So they'll look at the impact of maybe a number. Yeah. And they don't know it's two different things. Like, you don't know what's been happening the inside and the out and outs of it. You feel what I'm saying? So I always say, bro, I'm gonna tell my story, because when you're telling the story's wrong.
Yeah.
And it takes me back to like, okay, in school, we get taught about Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus found such and such, found this place. Bro, there was already people there. If we were smart as kids in school, it would have been, miss, but wasn't there people there at the time? And this is how the narrative gets taken out of control. And then the history books are what they say the narrative is, because they was the ones writing about it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's very important for us to control our own narratives.
Yeah. And what does that look like for you, bro? What is controlling a narrative? How could you pass that on to people, young cats who are in the culture now coming up? What does controlling your narrative look like?
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like when you're speaking to people and they're trying to put you in the boxes, like, even like, okay, so say they say, you're a grime artist, yeah, and then you may be looked at as every other grime artist that has existed before you, but you might be really different. But you look at grime as a culture and not just a sound. Yeah. Because when people that don't listen to you read things like that, they've already got the mind frame was you're like everyone else, but you're not. And you got to speak about this shit. You got to show them you ain't. Your thing's different. You represent the grime culture because such and such, but you got to show them, listen, as an individual, this is what I bring to the table as an individual. This is what I'm speaking about. This is what I'm doing. This is my background. Nobody's background ain't like mine. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same as that guy's, because me and that guy are from the same place. Don't mean me and him are the same. And so on and so on.
I bet. I like that. And that keeps in line with, you've always been, outspoken, anti-authority, just organically you know what I mean? Like, I see three, that joint, like, I think personifies that element of GHETTS, you know what I mean? Where it's like, doing that whole, what's the line about the queen? She's sitting there and stolen jewels. Don't tell me to go back where I came from. Like, that's just you, bro. That is. And I feel how important now at the moment, like with everything going on politically and socially and culturally in the UK and around the world, like, world's in chaos right now, bro. How important is it for you to continue to manifest and sustain that spot and to stay strong on your messages and beliefs and integrity?
100%, bro, because like you said, the world's in chaos right now. We don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We're not in power. We're the people that's not in power. But we can use our voices, and we can also use each other to lean on, you know what I'm saying? But at the moment, we're being divided by race and religion. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're being divided by. So sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking at stuff and I'm looking at it in layers. I'm thinking, bro, look at what's being promoted to us, bro. Like, why is that being promoted to us like that? To divide us. Because the minute we get together, we're a unit, we're stronger. You feel what I'm saying? Shit like that, man. And I just got, it's mad.
I guess on that, like, if you could sit down with like a teenage GHETTS right now, having been on the journey, what would you tell him right now? What would be that advice?
I say, don't worry, you're gonna be cool. Everything's gonna be good. Like, I know, like, you're worrying, you're stressing. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to rush the process, but don't rush the process, because your process is going to be different from anybody else's, and that's because you can handle it. You're built for it. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't meant to have it now. Don't worry, you're going to be cool. You ain't meant to have it now. And while you're still growing and you haven't peaked yet, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get to a point where some of your peers that you look at as peers now are no longer going to be around, because they weren't built for the long run. You know what I'm saying? A man's built for the long run, bro.
So I think that's really good advice, not only to your past self, but to any young artist watching this now, trying to make their way, make their bread in this industry. Like, that's really important I guess on a final note, in terms of long sort of questions, what advice have you got in terms of navigating the industry for young people? You've been through a lot of journeys, a lot of layers on the business side as well as artistically. Well, any quick advice for young artists looking to find themselves and navigate the space?
It's very hard. I'm still kind of learning to navigate. I haven't got it all worked out. I'm still kind of learning to navigate through the shit now. Trying to see through people's intentions and read who's like in it for the culture and who wants their own culture to expand, or who's in it just for themselves or a quick buck, and what type of people we should be working with. And it took me a while to be confident enough to just like, it seems harsh, but I don't fuck with people that don't want to be great, because you want to represent me, and you want to represent me in any way, or we're going to represent each other. Like, when I come out that booth, I know I've given it 150%. I couldn't go no harder. So if you're going to shoot my video, you better give it 150%. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to manage me, you better give it 150%, because that's what I need representing my 150%. You know what I'm saying? Or the percentage you're putting in ain't fair. So just trying to navigate through all of these things and sit down with different people. And like even some video guys that I've come across, like young, or they want to shoot 6 to 7 videos a month and get like between £500 and £1,500. It adds up at the end, innit? So they're thinking about quantity and not quality. Whereas if you really go for it and shoot something groundbreaking, you're gonna get to the point in your career where you only got to do 3 videos a year. You know what I'm saying? And it's a whole different mindset. It's a different perspective. And those are the kind of people that I want to fuck with, that, you know, because I believe that, well, not even believe, it's fact. The stuff that we're doing on earth now, that's on audio and visual, is gonna live longer than me. It's gonna live longer than us. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck am I putting out 50% of my greatest work for, or not going hard every time, when that's gonna be here to represent me? You know what I'm saying? It's the same as generations before. When you take a picture, you want to look great in that picture, because the picture's gonna be here. So it's no different. It's no different from putting out music or putting out albums, or no, we going all the way. We making sure that's the best I could do. You feel me?
Yeah, I like that. Play the long game and focus on quality. Anyone watching this, learn from the OG right now. That's cool. Well, I appreciate your time, man. What we're going to do now is we're just going to slide into some rapid fire questions. Yeah, we're going to have a bit of fun, a little bit of back and forth. I'm going to shoot just some quick questions at you. You hit me with the first answer that comes to mind, right? Have a bit of a laugh. I bet. Your dream holiday destination, anywhere in the world you can go.
Shit. Oh shit. Bali.
Nice. Favorite track of your own that you've ever made?
I don't know. Got a pass. I ain't got one.
I bet. What's the background on your phone, on your mobile phone?
It's just the rose gold. Nothing on it. Just rose gold. Back.
Oh, nice. Who is your favorite sports person in the entire world?
Ronaldo, number 9. I don't know.
That big call. I like that. Where are you going for? You're going on a night out in London. Where are you going for the best food? Where's your spot?
Mum's.
I love it. If you could have one superpower in the world, what would it be?
It would be to absorb everybody else's superpower. So I have them all.
GHETTS playing 3D chess with us right now. Let's go. Dream collaboration, any artist, dead or alive?
James Brown.
Oh, I like that. If you could time travel, are you going to the future or the past?
Future. Past, already been there.
Like it. Where's your favorite place to spend money?
Shit. In different food shops. That's where I spend most of my money.
Nice.
All the time.
What kids' TV show have you been made to watch by your kids?
Nah, I'm a big fan of the kids' TV shows.
Oh,
So
like, which ones?
I'll be putting them on like what we watching at the moment. Me and my daughter just watched the Fast and Furious kids cartoon version on Netflix.
Oh,
That's
I
what we
want to
just
peep that.
that's what we just been watching.
I like
Hard shit. Hard.
That. If you weren't a rapper, what other career would you go for?
Creative director.
I like it. And my last rapid fire question. This one's been controversial with everyone we've asked. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Pineapple on pizza is that's what we used to eat 100%. But when I used to eat meat, it was stuffed crust, pineapple, and the beef on the pizza. Crazy.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
GHETTS loves the pineapple on pizza. You heard it here first. My brother, it has been an honor to talk to you today, man. I used to live in Bethel Green, bro. I was moving around the East in like 2011, 2012 when you were doing your thing. So it's a privilege to talk to you right now, my G. I know the fans are going to go nuts for watching this one. I know it's going to do numbers, but most importantly, I know culturally this album is going to do things for the culture. And I really look forward to you coming out here when this Corona stuff's over, us linking up proper, my brother, and we'll do
100%, bro. I enjoyed this one, bro. Love, man. Take care, man.
Brother.
Yeah.
Love.
Stay up.
Skeng man. Skeng man mod. Skeng man.